Good morning, children. I hope you have seen the previous videos of the political science children, chapter 5, franchise and representation. And before that, also, I have taken the Google Meet on the territorial representation. I hope people have understood and you people have revised the previous videos and completed the assignments as well. So, again, this video is in continuation with the previous one. Again, I'm going to start with franchise and representation, but here with a different type of the representation that is known as functional representation. So let's start now. So we have functional representation, children. What do you mean by that? It is also known as occupational representation. It is opposed to the system of territorial or geographic representation, which is criticized by it as inconsistent with the true spirit of democracy. Why, children? Why it is being criticized? Let's see now. It is suggested that members elected by territorial constituency are not real representative, as no single person can represent the interest of all the professions, trade and occupation of the people who live in each territorial constituency. Children, if you see in territorial constituency, right, so here any single person can represent professions, trades and different occupations of the people. And here the main mistake is what, the main problem of the different categories of professions and trades is what ki their interest is not properly represented through one candidate, children, right? So on the contrary, they have introduced the functional representation. Now what is the function work of functional representation, children? It is held by the supporter of the functional representation that only a doctor can represent doctor, only an engineer can represent engineer, only a teacher can represent teacher, and so on. It advocates that representation should be given on functional basis. Each functional class or group should be given the opportunity and right to elect its representative or representatives. Division of society into functional classes or group should be made, and each functional group should elect some of its member as their representatives, children. I hope so people have understood. Like in territorial representation, any single person can speak up on behalf of different professions, children, but in functional representation they are given the groups. The group is being formed and those groups of different categories of professions can represent their interests, children. Let's see now more what happened. Now the merits of the functional representation. Let's see the merits, the plus point. Functional representation is better than rhetorical representation. Why, children? Functional representation ensures the representation of teachers by a teacher, doctor by a doctor, engineers by an engineer, and the like. It is more useful method of representation, children. The next point, in tune with social organization. Each society lives as a society of several groups of workers, doctor, engineer, teacher, traders, industrialists and other occupation groups. As such, functional representation is more compatible with the social organization. It stands for giving representation to all professional groups and classes, children. Next, people are more interested in securing their professional interest than territorial interest. All the people living in a society are popularly identified on the basis of their respective profession. They always organize their interest groups, union and associations for securing their interest. Next, functional representation can lead to better progress, children. It's by mistake, it's lead to better progress, children. How? The supporters of functional representation praise it because it can act as a source of empowerment of professionals, experts and workers, children. Next, functional representation, children, it can be a remedy against the defects of territorial representation. It can be set in support of functional representation that can be very helpful in removing certain defects of territorial representation. It can discourage localism, regionalism and ineffective representation, children. Here localism and regionalism can be easily removed, children. Another, now let's move on to, in fact, before that, children, it is the society is pluralistic. Let me explain you, children. Society in pluralistic, that means functional representation also stands for functional pluralism. Functional representation support representation of all the functional groups in society. It is based on the principle of natural, social and functional pluralism. That means division of powers, right? Different associations is being formed, children, right? Let's start now. Let's come on to demerits, children. What is a minus point of functional representation? It is very difficult to divide society into separate functional functional group. In each society, there are a large number of functions which are performed by different persons. It is indeed very difficult to separate all functions. Broad functions like education involve a whole complex of several functions, which include schooling, writing of books, printing, binding, publication, marketing, and selling of books. Hence, function cannot be a good basis for creating consistencies, children. In fact, constituency is a well-defined territorial area. Next, each profession involves several related professions which are equally important. That means each profession involves several specialized professions. For example, medical profession involves surgeons, physicians, specialists, super specialists, Ayurvedic practitioners, homeopathic doctors, natural therapists, physiotherapists, nurses, paramedical assistants, chemists, druggists, pharmacists, and the list is still incomplete. Now we cannot treat all these as one profession, and in case we try to categorize all these separately, there comes to be a several different professional categories to learn. Next, problems posed by professional mobility. In contemporary times, some people are simultaneously engaged in 2 or 3 different activities. Some engineer, doctor, teachers are also running their family businesses. Doctors serving in hospital are also carrying out their private practices. When a shopkeeper changes work from a cloth seller to a ready-made garment seller, it involved a subtle but important change. Now, government official and public sector bank officer have been shifting employment to corporate business. In fact, there is always present a situation of professional mobility, children. Such changes can compel frequent changes in eligibility for becoming voter. Next, division of a legislature into several function groups of legislators. A legislature elected on the basis of functional representation will have to live with several different groups of members, with each group representing a particular function or profession. Such a divided legislature can never be expected to carry out its legislative work smoothly and efficiently, children. Next, possibility of increased group conflicts. Functional representation can give rise to birth of several different groups of workers, employees, professions, educationists, others. Such a situation can lead to increasing group rivalries, conflicts, and disputes. Next, difficulty in fixing the proportion of seats that may be given to various functional groups. Functional representation can create the problem of giving due representation to various functions. Some functions involve a very large number of people while other are less popular functions. The number of engineers is always more than the number of scientists and teachers and researchers. No one can really answer the question as to whether equal seats should be given to all the functions or some group of professions should be given more seats than other. In fact, the issue of dividing seats among various groups can never be really resolved. Right, children? Next demerit, the problem of giving representation to unemployed and general public. In every society, there are present several groups of people who are unemployed or retired, disabled, or senior citizen. Further, there is always a need to give representation to all men and women as the equal citizen of the state. Next, man is a social being. His profession or function is just one part of his personality. Functional representation wrongly support the need to give representation only on the basis of function. It ignores the social, cultural, and geographic dimensions of human life in society. Now, in some function, almost all the persons are indirectly involved and no functional division can be made. Several persons are engaged in some socially important general functions which relate to all citizens. For example, person working for environmental protection, consumer protection, protection of human rights, social service, and the like. All persons perform highly useful function. On the basis of all these arguments or demerits against functional representation, the critics are not prepared to accept it as a sound system of representation. Now, children, duties of an elective representative. Let's see now what is the duty of an elected representative now. What is the duty of the representative whom we have voted, children? Let's see now. To act as a trustee of the people, their interest, need, and opinions, children. To maintain continuous and active link with this constituency and know their problem. To act as a two-way channel of communication between the people and the government. Children, to act, to secure proper implementation of developmental plans in his constituency. If he is being voted on his constituency, children, so he has to work for developmental plans. Next, children, to get released, enhanced development grants for his constituency, to secure favorable new development plans and programs, to take a leading part in program being run for the socio-economic development, children. He has to perform the socio-economic development after winning, children, to work for securing the implementation of the policies and program of his party as enunciated as stated in the election manifesto, children. Obviously they have issued in public their manifesto, children, their manifesto, what they were going to do after winning the election. So they have to stood up to the people's expectations. Next duties, children, to play a leadership role in the process of formulation and crystallization of public opinion, children. Next, to avoid bigotic attitude, children. It's not bigotic, it's bigotic attitude. While attempting to secure local needs, he must not lose sight of the goals of national interest and national needs. He has to work for the nationalism, for national needs, children, along with the local needs, right? To secure popular support for good policies of the government, but at the same time not to hesitate to criticize and evaluate the wrong or weak policies of the government, to organize and lead social movements for eradicating social evils, right, children? To maintain active links with the non-governmental organization or NGOs and social service organizations working in his constituencies, children. Next, to secure respect for the human right and freedom of all, particularly of women and children, and to prevent any attempt on part of public officials to make an excessive use of their authority. To work, vigorously for securing widespread and willing popular participation of the people in the political, social, and cultural life of the people. This way we have come to the end of the video, children. So I hope you people have understood about the functional representation and the duties of an elected representative, children, right? Just pay attention, and in the coming days, children, I'll be going for virtual classes, children. Till then, thank you.